Hardcastle and McCormick is an American action drama television series from Stephen J. Cannell Productions, shown on ABC from 1983 through 1986. The series stars Brian Keith as Judge Milton C. Hardcastle and Daniel Hugh Kelly as ex-con and race car driver Mark "Skid" McCormick. The series' premise was somewhat recycled from a previous Cannell series, Tenspeed and Brown Shoe. Premise: Los Angeles Superior Court Judge Milton C. Hardcastle, an eccentric judge notorious for being strict with the law in both his duties and towards defendants, is retiring. With file drawers filled with 200 criminals who escaped conviction due to legal technicalities, the judge, inspired by his childhood hero the Lone Ranger, desires to make the criminals answer for their crimes anyway. Mark McCormick is a smart-mouthed, streetwise car thief. He faces a long incarceration for his latest theft, a prototype sports car called the Coyote X, designed by his murdered best friend. Together the judge and the car thief strike a deal. Hardcastle helps McCormick catch the murderer. McCormick agrees to be released and work as the judge's agent. In addition, McCormick is allowed to keep the Coyote, which proves to be an excellent pursuit vehicle for their needs. Cast: Brian Keith as Judge Milton C. Hardcastle, Daniel Hugh Kelly as Skid, Mark McCormick, Mary Jackson as Sarah Wicks, John Hancock as Lieutenant Michael Delaney, Joe Santos as Lieutenant Frank Harper. Coyote X, the car that McCormick drove, the Coyote X, was built from custom molds based on the McLaren M6 GT. The original Coyote X was molded, modified and assembled by Mike Fennell. The nose, windshield doors and lower body are faithful representations of the McLaren. The cut-down rear deck, however, was a custom component that became a feature on many Mantler montage kits with damaged or removed rear windows. The most noticeable differences between the Coyotes and Mantlers are the wheel wells, roll pan height and shape, and the fact that the Coyote has a one-piece front clip that terminates about an inch before and surrounding the windshield. Most of the cars made for the show were molded and assembled by either Mike Fennell or Unique Movie Cars. Like many kit cars of the time, the car uses a chassis from a Volkswagen Beetle and its engine from a Porsche 914. For the second and third seasons, producers used a different Coyote which was based on a DeLorean DMC-12, as Brian Keith had difficulty getting in and out of the original Coyote. The Season 2 and Season 3 Coyote does not resemble the Manta, as the front is larger than the original, making the car resemble a front-engine car. A Season 1 car that was used in the production of Hardcastle and McCormick is owned by a private owner in southern New Jersey. The stunt car was reconfigured for the Knight Rider 2000 television pilot, then consequently turned into J. Erberg's show Cars Mobile. In April 2011, the car was sold and shipped to Texas where it will be rebodied back to its Coyote configuration, retaining as many of the original Coyote pieces as possible. A Season 2 car appeared briefly on the 6th episode of Season 5 of the sitcom Married with Children. Music: the opening theme song during Season 1 was entitled Drive. It was composed by Mike Post and Stephen Gear and sung by David Morgan. For the first part of Season 2, the theme song was back-to-back, also composed by Post and Gear but sung by Joey Scarberry. Public demand, however, resulted in the Drive theme being reinstated and kept through Season 3. Post and Pete Carpenter scored the music for the series. Nielsen ratings: 1983-84, number 15, 1984-85, number 39, 1985-86, number 52. DVD releases: Visual Entertainment has released all 3 seasons of Hardcastle and McCormick on DVD in Region 1. VEI also released Hardcastle and McCormick, the complete series on DVD on September 3, 2008. As of 2013, these releases have been discontinued and are out of print. References. External links: Hardcastle and McCormick at the Internet Movie Database, Hardcastle and McCormick at TV.com, tvtdb.com, Hardcastle and McCormick transcripts at the Wayback Machine, the car star of Hardcastle and McCormick at the Wayback Machine, Hardcastle and McCormick, Virtual Season 4.